And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our next bout tonight, 6 rounds is scheduled in the super bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing red trunks trimmed in white, he weighed officially 119 1/4 pounds. A veteran of 35 professional bouts, his record stands even with 17 victories, 17 defeats, and 1 draw. 8 wins coming by way of knockout from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Here is Pedro Melo. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. Wears tonight black trimmed in green. He weighed in 119 1/2 pounds and in 6 professional bouts. Stands perfect with 6 victories, no defeats, 5 big wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from and fighting out of Palmdale, California, here is the undefeated Cesar Diaz. And your referee in charge of the action, Tony Zano.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protéjense todo el tiempo. Protect yourselves at all times. Obedézcame todo el tiempo. Obey my commands at all times. Toca los guantes. Buena suerte los dos. Give them hell at the bell.
Very good evening to you all. We appreciate you joining us here on Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN 3. I'm Bernardo Osuna, and tonight I'm joined by Joel Diaz, a trainer you may know for his days alongside his brothers, Antonio and Julio Diaz, as well as Timothy Bradley, and many young prospects that you enjoy week after week here on our Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN series. Joel, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Bernardo. It's great being here tonight with you guys.
We've got a youngster in Diaz who's in here looking to improve upon his 6-0 undefeated record. He's got 5 knockouts, fighting out of Palmdale, California. He's facing Pedro Melo out of Tijuana, Baja California. And those fighters, you know, they come to give it their all.
Yeah, an experienced fighter with a lot of fights. He's been in the ring many times. So Cesar Diaz needs to be very careful because experience sometimes can be dangerous in there.
It's all good when you're facing young fighters who don't have a lot of experience as well, but once you get in there against a fighter who has been in there 35 times as a professional, things can change.
A lot of young fighters nowadays, they think that just because they got a record like Melo's, you know, he's an easy fight, but no, they got nothing to lose. You know, they're here and they're here to fight, and tonight could be a night for them by coming out with a victory.
So Diaz looking to pressure Melo. Nice combination punching there from the California-based fighter who's got the hashtag Vegas Strong. Connects with a strong right hand. He follows it up once again. So no doubt here what Diaz wants to do early on.
Yeah, Diaz is focusing a little bit on that overhand right, but he needs to establish some jabs, you know, set the combinations first before he steps in there. He's opening up a little bit too much. He needs to create a pace. He needs to create more of a strategy to get inside and break Melo.
You don't usually recommend starting with the lead right and then following up with a jab. That's exactly what he did. He used it more as a feint and was able to open up the possibility to connect with that jab. Goes back to the basic 1-2 and then a short left hook, but doesn't seem to be phasing Melo in terms of the power behind his punches so far.
Well, at the same time, I don't see Cesar approaching the body at all. He's just looking for that overhand right and some power left hooks. He needs to, you know, make a little bit of change off and on. You know, work the body, work the head. You know, mix it up. You know, don't do the same thing over and over.
Nice short uppercut there from Cesar Diaz.
Your heads.
Here Tony Zaino talking about the heads, wanting to warn the young fighter.
Cesar is a great fighter. He comes from in the amateurs. He had a great career as an amateur, and you know, now as a pro, he's doing really well in his career.
Up at the bell. Stop!
Canelo, be bold.
Be bolder.
Whoa. Come on, Canelo, be bold.
Be bolder, Sly.
You got it. Let me get in there.
Tecate Light, born bold.
All right, right there, the corner is telling their young man, Pedro Melo, what not to do, and we're going to see why exactly.
Now we see Cesar, feigning a little bit of a low to the body and then coming up with an overhand right because he see the opening and he's as he pulled back.
So even though he's a veteran fighter, he made a rookie mistake, and that's exactly what the corner was trying to avoid as we get ready for round number 2 of this fight between Pedro Melo out of Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, and Cesar Diaz fighting out of Palmdale, California. Diaz undefeated so far.
These veteran fighters, Bernardo, are very crafty. They've been in the ring too many times, and they learn to manage the ring. They know how to get in, how to get out, and their craft is just a little bit complicated.
This is the type of fighter who can give Diaz some rounds, more importantly, some experience in terms of a guy who can take your shots. He's not just going to drop like 5 of it out of his first 6 opponents did.
There we see Cesar establishing his jab a little more. That's one of the most important keys in the sport. Set the jab, set the jab. That way you follow up with your combinations, and he's doing that very, very well.
We see the jab once again, just can't quite get there, but the idea is there, and that's going to open up other opportunities. Just the fact that Melo has to worry about blocking that punch is going to set up other chances for Diaz to do damage.
See, Melo is more concerned about the right now. That's why he has his left hand up now. He's protecting that left side because he got caught with the right hand. There it goes again. But at the same time, Cesar needs to start applying pressure to the body now so he can bring the defense down.
You do see those marks on the back of Melo, so that means that at some point he has been working the body, but it hasn't been consistent enough so far. And it was Melo who landed a nice left hook to the liver, and now finally Diaz sees the opening. He takes advantage of that, and it would seem that he was listening to you, Joel, because just as you mentioned that, and that immediately settled down Melo and put him in defensive mode.
One important key is when a fighter is moving around the ring, obviously he still has fresh legs. You have to start killing the legs by going to the body, and that's what Cesar needs to be doing. Exactly right there. He landed a good liver shot and sort of slowed him down a little bit.
Ooh, now a big right followed by a left, and the uppercut catches Melo against the ropes and doing some damage is Cesar Diaz. As the first warning against Melo for a low blow from Tony Zaino.
Let him out.
That was a good combination, and the one thing when you see a young fighter like that, you see him do things differently. He's not robotic, he's not telegraphing his punches.
He's making changes now. I'm pretty sure his corner told him to make changes. One of the big punches against the ropes was a body shot, and that made a difference. Melo felt that shot, and that's why he moved around a little faster to get out of the combination.
Diaz stalking Melo here as the end of round 2 nears. Solid work for the young fighter out of California. Nice body shot.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to keep working that body.
Time!
To the untrained, it appears as chaos. But here, there is only mastery. A creation so complex, only few can reveal it. Through mastery comes harmony. Hennessy VSOP privilege. Never stop. Never settle.
Canelo. Be bold.
Be bolder.
Whoa. Come on, Canelo. Be bold.
Be bolder, Sly.
You got it. Let me get in there.
Tecate Light, born bold.
All right, he hasn't learned his lesson, Joel.
Well, yeah, it's just a bad habit. You know, it's going to be hard at this point of his career to get rid of those bad habits.
Round 3 of a 6-round match here from the Casino del Sol. Bernardo Osuna joined by boxing trainer Joel Diaz. All right, we've seen that bad habit manifest itself in the first 2 rounds. How do you break that bad habit?
It's a matter of time, especially when you got so many fights like that and you've been in so many wars. It just becomes a bad habit and it's hard to correct it. You need plenty of time in the gym, and obviously you have to repeat it over and over. You have to keep reminding these fighters to not pull back.
But Joel, it's been 35 professional fights. I think at this stage, I think the only way he's going to learn is by another opponent putting him on the seat of his pants. As there he gets caught walking backwards, straight back, and it's a body shot this time as Cesar Diaz switches it up.
Cesar started already working a little bit more on the body. Big difference from the beginning of the fight. In the first round, he was just hit hunting. Now going to the body, it made a big difference. Now you can see a complete fighter on Cesar, going to the body, going to the head, making those different adjustments. There's the jab. He's establishing the jab. And it's working really well for him. There you see Melo pulling back again. He gets caught with a straight right.
Now he's coming forward and he connects a nice 3-4 punch combination. Catches Diaz with the right hand. And now it's up to Diaz to say, okay, I took your best shots. Can you take mine?
Melo came back with a nice combination to the body, and it worked really well for him as well.
So he's going right back to it. He's closing the distance. Nice left hook there against Cesar Diaz. Now it's an overhand right, and my, how things can change in just a split second with the change of strategy.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you gotta make those adjustments. And if you make them, you gotta try something different. Don't do the same thing over and over. There's things that can work, but you just gotta try them, man. And I see Melo making his adjustments, and they're working for him.
There'll be a chance for Diaz to make adjustments here once we reach the midway point of round 3 of this fight. Diaz not the worse for wear. He's taking some shots, but nothing major as he once again lands that overhand right. And you mentioned, Joel, that left hand of Melo is there to protect the head, because that's the one thing that worries him. Although that body shot puts him down at the end of round 3. He's complaining about an overhand right.
Step up. You want up? Come here, go ahead.
There's no count.
Watch your head.
Ooh, I want to see that again. Looked like he dropped him with a body shot.
Me too. I think he caught him with a shot on him.
Let's listen in
Knockdown.
to the red corner, Cesar Diaz. Let's see what kind of adjustments they want to make.
Okay, I need you to stop fucking picking up. We're in the 4th round. Listen, that kid doesn't be like that. I need you to let your hands go. Okay? Nice straight combinations. Okay? Habla. Okay. Okay. Sigue moviendo eso, okay?
Just move it, move, keep moving.
Este si tira el golpe, el referee la va a parar ya. Este morro ya no trae nada.
They're going to stop the fight. All right, what do you say we take a look at whether it was or wasn't
Suéltase conmigo.
a fall, an official fall?
Okay. Thank you. Hey, I need 2, 3, same thing.
Overhand
2, 3, 4
right.
punches in there, okay?
There's a body
Let
shot.
your hand go, control that distance, because sometimes after your second punch, you close your distance out too much, okay?
Should have been an official knockdown there.
Suéltase. Hey. Yeah. Tenemos que verlo bien.
You've got to look good. You got to get him out.
Control your breathing and your punches.
Those are the instructions for Cesar Diaz as Pedro Melo tries to recover from what should have been a knockdown, an official knockdown. No doubt about that body shot.
Yeah, I saw it. It landed right under the elbow, and he complained about it as he was going down.
He was smart. Veteran move. This is 36 professional fight, and the only reason he got away with that is because he knew that he got hit to the body, but he made referee Tony Zaino believe it was a headbutt that caused the initial problem for him. But
well, he complained
Let him
for a
out.
punch that was
Step back.
on the back of the head.
Right.
It was an overhand that landed on his head, but followed with a body shot. And the one that did the most damage was the body shot.
if Diaz goes back to that well, or he decides to go with that overhand right once again.
once you know something's working for you, you got to follow it up. But before you get to it, you have to make some changes. Now you have to bring his defense up to open up for the body.
Because obviously Melo's going to keep that elbow tucked. He's going to keep his left hand up to protect from that overhand right, and that right elbow tucked because he wants to protect the body. So at this point, it seems that it's pick your poison.
We see that already on Melo. His elbows are tight. He started off the round with his elbows tight in, and his left hand really tight up there because he knows that overhand right is coming.
Watch your heads.
And it's Melo that's really putting his head down, trying to close that distance. Something that worked for him early in round number 3 before getting dropped.
Stop. Watch your heads, both of you. Box.
Seems like Melo does really well when he's inside.
Yes.
At distance, Cesar Diaz takes the best because he has longer reach. I think he does better on the outside than on the inside. Melo gets low and hits the body and gets inside, and then that's when he gets the best out of Cesar.
Let him out.
Nice combination there from Cesar Diaz, and that's probably one of the hardest things to teach a young fighter, the infighting. And that's what something like a veteran like Melo knows how to do better than the young fighter out of Palmdale. I mean, that's how he makes his living. That's where he tries to break down a younger fighter. Cesar Diaz, though, doing very well and controlling the range with that jab.
See, Melo's not pulling back anymore like he did in earlier rounds. Oh, now he's leaning forward, staying low.
And getting caught nonetheless. It's working for Cesar Diaz here in round number 4. The corner sent him out to finish the fight here in round number 4 of a scheduled 6-rounder in Casino del Sol in Tucson, Arizona. But Melo's being very smart in when he risks, but he gets caught there against the ropes, and that's not very smart.
Yeah, Cesar is applying some really smart pressure, but he's dropping his defense a little bit. It's a little risky because Melo's throwing some wild shots upstairs.
Beautiful.
Let him out.
Way to cut down the ring from Cesar Diaz. Showed great boxing skills early, and now he's trying to demonstrate that he's got power in those punches.
You can never get reckless with these guys.
Always dangerous as round 4 comes to an end.
Are you looking for a good fight? Check out the Fight pay-per-view schedule. Watch on the biggest screen in the house. What's the fight tonight? MMA, boxing, pro wrestling, live on pay-per-view. Just tap play and pick a screen to watch on. Playback shifts instantly to the screen of your choice. No hardware, no hassle. Download the Fight app and start watching today.
Canelo, be bold! Hey, Canelo. No bueno. Be bold. Good there. Hey.
Be bolder.
Tecate Light, born bold.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Joel Diaz. Some guys just like to learn the lesson the hard way, Joel.
Yes, and they keep doing the look. The bad habits still keep popping up.
Box.
Walk straight back, get caught with a jab, this time from undefeated prospect Cesar Diaz, who's looking to improve to 7-0. He also wants to get his 6th knockout. And there you go, big overhand right, and it's just the accumulation of punches.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue. See?
All right, so Melo says he wants to continue. Let's see if Diaz can put the finishing touches on this fight.
He needs to be very careful, though. You know, a hurt fighter is very dangerous. But he is doing some damage. Every time he lands those shots, he's doing damage to Melo. I don't think he wants to continue.
Yeah, the body language of Melo, although he told Tony Zaino, yes, I want to go. You know, it's the way he keeps flicking at that nose, the bleeding that is obviously frustrating him, but he may just be looking for a way out here in round number 5. He gets caught with another overhand right, and there it is.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No más.
Seems it's a problem with the shoulder that Melo's complaining about. And I said he's looking for a way out. That shoulder gives him exactly
TKO.
that. And it's a knockout win.
TKO.
A technical knockout win
TKO.
for Cesar Diaz, who improves to 7-0 with 6 knockouts as a pro. What do you take away from his performance tonight?
You know, he was taking a lot of damage. Melo was taking a lot of punishment in there. So, you know, I see Diaz fighting a tough veteran like this. Did great, landed great shots, kept a great composure, and finished the fight the way he was supposed to.
He did. This is the type of fight when you look at it on paper, you say it's supposed to end by knockout. And sometimes you don't get that from a young prospect. Tonight, Cesar Diaz delivered, and he looked good doing it.
Not only he finished the fight by a knockout, he also looked good. He did what he had to do and put in some great work.
All right, let's take a look at how this fight ended. And we mentioned the fact that Melo was complaining about the shoulder. So there it's 2 shots that send him down. And he just decided to take a knee after taking that 2-shot combination. And then the second knockdown, Joel.
There was a right hand. The right hand did the damage because he felt it, and then he just took a knee.
You know, there he complains about the left shoulder, but it was more about the chin.
You know, that's the experience of a fighter. You know, these guys have been in the ring, I mean, so many times that they can find a way out. You know, and at the same time, you know, it brings them back to another opportunity, another fight. You know, he wasn't completely laid out, but, you know, he just said it was a shoulder injury, you know, recover and come back.
All right, so he's done it as a professional 36 times. Cesar Diaz only 7 times, and he comes away with the victory. Joe Martinez is in the center of the ring with the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 1 minute, 10 seconds, round number 5. We have your winner by TKO victory. He is still undefeated, Cesar Diaz.
Cesar Diaz looked impressive, getting to 7-0 as a pro, and that's what you want to see out of a young fighter. Development, different. He had to appeal to different skill sets to come away with the win tonight against a veteran.
Yeah, they got to mature, and and what a better way than fighting opposition with experience, with fighters that have been there, you know, 20 times, 26, 28 times, and they're survivors. They got skill, they're crafty.
All right, he had a crafty veteran in front of him, and he proved to have some craft of his own on his way to the knockout victory in 5 rounds. We've got more action coming to you from Casino del Sol. With Joel Diaz, I'm Bernardo Osuna. We'll be right back from Tucson, Arizona on Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN.